Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Monday. Another week is upon us. Right, take two. Flight Sim 2024. Last night, it worked. It held its own, didn't it? It's just glorious when it works. I can't deny it. It looks absolutely fantastic and flies beautifully when it works. When it works is, of course, a big when. But here we are again tonight with a flight. We haven't done a Spanish flight for such a long time. I quite fancied it this evening. And we are in Madrid, heading to a gorgeous approach. Sadly, we're going to Portugal and Lisbon, which is always a lovely approach, but it's not runway 30 or 35, so I can't remember. It's not the approach from the south, it's the approach from the north today, so yeah, it's still a nice approach. But yeah, we don't get to fly over the beautiful harbour and bridges, etc., but never mind. Yeah, good to see you guys coming on board. Hey, Dark, Lulu, Adrian, Renlin, treat week, back to nights. Yeah, back on nights indeed. Hey, Vince, Valisman, what time does live start? Now, right now. DC, second stream in 2 days. I know. Great being able to do that. Dark says, hey Steve. Dark says I wouldn't be saying that if I was at Zurich, the frame rate. Is that because there's a lot of traffic on VATSIM at Zurich? Is it one of their evenings tonight? But I can imagine. I have done Zurich offline, and it's been fine, but there's a big difference between offline and VATSIM, isn't there? So there we are. Okay, yeah, so we're on VATSIM tonight anyway. I'll look at the operational flight plan. We're doing a real ops flight. Flight time's about 1 hour 4 minutes in general. So we'll go through the flight plan. We'll do the usual brief, and then we'll see. We'll see what's happening. And Andrew Curry, mate, thank you so much for supporting the channel and becoming a member. Really do appreciate yours and every other of our channel members' support. So thank you so much for that. Okay, where's the operational flight time? Hey, Jimmy Navlad, hope you're doing well. Let's just grab the meta. Have we got any control around? No, we've not. We've no ATC. Barcelona controls on, but they're not going to control us here in Madrid. So quickly grab the. See, I think LV.
Traffic Lufthansa 909 X-ray virus 32 left, 8 miles.
And oh my word, what's going on with the bloody Airbus? No, what's going on with the frequencies there? Never mind. Look, first officer's done it as well. There we go. Twist it and all shall be well. Yeah, the weather tonight here in Madrid is a bit icky. Personally, I think this would be under LVPs if ATC was online. As you can see, it's not so much the visibility. You know, visibility is still nearly 2 kilometers. Runway visual range is still fine for Cat 1 approaches, but it is misty. But it's the scattered 100 and broken 200 with temporary rain as well. That is what's getting my attention. Thinking we'll consider LVPs in place, I think, for tonight, which means no single engine taxi, of course. So. Yeah, what's the wind doing? 350 at 5, so we're going to be off runway 36 left, I think, tonight. Has anybody taxied in Madrid before? It's bloody awful. It makes Amsterdam look like a walk in the park, because Madrid is an absolute maze. Yeah, it's interesting. So the temperature is 6 with that visibility and moisture in the air, so we'll have anti-ice on for departure as well, just looking at that temperature. So there we are. Hey Philip, hey Jayhawk. Ross says did a flight earlier to Lisbon, couldn't see the runway till minimums and was rather bumpy on finals. Oh, that every time I land is bumpy on finals. Hey Andrew, hey good to see you guys. Let's have a look then at the operational flight plan. Hello Caroline, good to have you on board again. We're just getting things set up here before we start boarding. So just let the cabin crew know that we're on board and happy to have them with us again today.
Hello Captain, it's great to be here. Just let me know when you're ready and I'll make sure everything's set for boarding.
Lovely. Dynasty, what's with the new McDo? Yeah, so I've been reviewing a couple, haven't I? We've got the Wing McDo and we've got the PU Korea McDo. I find even though the PU Korea has the has to have a HDMI cable, it's so easy to set up just because of their software, and the build quality I think is better. Now, very soon we'll have the Wingflex McDo coming out, which I'm looking forward to seeing and showcasing for you. So yes, we will definitely look forward to that. And Fly Hungary, celebrating 4 months of channel membership. That is incredible. Thank you so much for your support there. Lulu, Madrid. It is indeed amazing. It is. Dark Fury, didn't I follow someone last time I taxied at Madrid? Maybe. Was it you? Did you take a wrong turn? And did I follow? More importantly, if that was so, did I follow you? Right, let's go through this. So we're back in the 320 today as well, so that's nice. Payload's fine. Underloaded by nearly 6 tons. Takeoff weight is going to be fine as well. We're nowhere near our max landing weight today. It's not a long flight, is it? There you go. Confirmation 1 hour 4 minutes for the total en route time. Cost index of 4. We've got Porto as the alternate tonight. Our headwind not helping us this evening, but never mind. We do have a takeoff alternate as well. I have no idea where that is, but that's the takeoff alternate that's been given to us. Of course, because the weather is so bad here, if we took off, the reason you have a takeoff alternate, because the weather is so bad here, and I think LVPs will be in place, which means auto land. If we took off, and then suddenly we had a problem, and we needed to return and land, but the problem was something which also knocked out the autopilot, meaning we couldn't auto land. We needed a takeoff alternative tonight where the weather was clear and we can get sensibly to it. That is our takeoff alternate. One of the reasons that we had one. Doug, did I take a wrong turn? Honestly, it doesn't surprise me. They do in real life as well. Lee, JC, mate, thank you so much for your support as well. Good to see you good to see you as well this evening. Steve, I do have scenery for, well, Madrid is default and Lisbon is, I think it's MK Studios, which they've got available for Flight Sim 24 now. I guess we'll find out. It'll probably crash the desktop as we land. No, don't say that. Let's carry on. So we've got a shear rate of 3.8. I'm not going to tell the camera crew about that. That's fine. So yeah, 3-6 left. Then it's the Caracas for November departure. It's a fun departure after Lisbon. Lisbon's actually quite high up as well. Have a look at the altitude and stuff. And we're also taking off towards the mountains, which is fun as well, particularly when the visibility is rubbish. So situational awareness, keep that on board at all times. Looking for the LS20 into Lisbon, 349 miles, and plug fuels are about 5.5 tons. CNR for Porto is 2.6, so that's fine. Let's have a look at the flight log. So even though we're taking off towards the mountains, at any point do they peak above 10,000? Yes, they do at Caceres. That's about half an hour into the flight then. Oh, it's only for a little moment, but yeah, about between 15 minutes and 30 minutes into the flight, as you can just see, they're longer to the CCS VOR. Oops, come back. So yeah, there we go. Lee says didn't really realise it had been expired. Looking forward to the taxi being longer than the flight. Lee, that is pretty much how this works at Madrid. Yeah, but thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Lulu, occasionally we'd have a takeoff alternative for performance if the density altitude was up there. I can imagine that on something as big as a 777. Yes. Might not be something we have to think about quite so much in a little jet like this. Not in Europe, anyway. Not in Europe. There's nowhere high enough. So airport data. Yeah, there you can see. That's the weather. Oh, Lisbon looking interesting with a 200-foot ceiling. Porto is similar. Faro is similar as well. Malaga is grand, and Seville is also okay. Well, that's interesting. Maybe Lisbon is not going to work. Sorry, not Lisbon. Porto is not going to work for us as an alternate. I think we probably need to plan fuel for Malaga just in case. These are worst case scenario weathers as well on this page. So these are what can happen and has the potential to happen, but then you've actually got to look into the dig into the information and the forecast to see if they're actually going to happen. But the key thing to take away from here is that Madrid will need an extra, call it 500 kilograms of fuel on the alternate fuel. So we'll just bear that in mind, I think, when we're doing a fuel and working out what we've got. So yeah. DRK, when does the MCDU go on sale? Which one, DRK? I think the Wing Flex is going on sale next week. The Wind Wing is on sale now for pre-order, and the PU Career is on sale now as well. Hey Mike, this one of your favourite hops on VATSIM. Fantastic. Hope you enjoy the stream. So NOTAMs, what have we got? So taxiway is closed. Lima Delta, I have no idea. See, this is the problem with massive airports. The NOTAMs are just insane. All I want to know is there a taxiway en route that's closed? If there is, ATC will vectors around it, if they were there, or is there a problem with the runway? Looks like there's nothing wrong with the runway, so that's good. And then what have we got at Umberto Delgado? We've got runway threshold identification lights for 02 unserviceable. We're on 20 tonight, so that's fine. So that's fine. The departure alternate, Albacete, I have no idea where that is. What's it got there? Okay. Yeah, that's not something we can replicate in the sim, sadly. Never mind. Okay, so what fuel are we going to take then? Well, I'm definitely going to take at least 500 kilogram extra, just because I think I'm going to use Malaga as the alternate. And oh, in fact, where was the weather? Have I skipped the weather? Oh, there it is. So what have we got? So at the moment, destination airport. Oh, visibility is fine. Light rain, few clouds, 600 feet. That could be good fun. And then later on this evening, it is the 20th today, isn't it? Yeah. Tempo 300, rain, drizzle, mist, scatter 200. Oh, okay, so it could drop into LVPs as we get there. Oh, we might get an auto land then, which could be interesting. So yeah, that's a potential. Right, well, if LBVs are going into place, that's another reason to take some more fuel. So if I reckon we'll take an extra ton. That, I think, gives us a little bit of extra time in the holds if we need to over Lisbon, and also extra fuel for heading off to Malaga or somewhere sensible. Yeah, so let's take 6.5 tons of fuel and get the ground crew to get that loaded. Hey guys, we're almost ready to start boarding then, if you are.
Okay, Captain, I'll start the boarding process now. Cabin crew, please prepare for boarding.
Wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Easyjet Europe Flight 7640, departing from Madrid to Lisbon. We are now beginning the boarding process. Please have your boarding passes ready and enjoy your flight.
Okay, so hopefully GSX is going to spawn into action and all will work. Jacko, which MCDU is best? Once all three are out, I think I'm going to have to do a comparison video, aren't I? The thing is, price is a major factor, isn't it, for a lot of people, and quite rightly too. You can't go wrong with the Wind Wing. For the price, you cannot go wrong with Wind Wing. Right, let's go through the setup then. So what have we got? We are on external power, turnaround state as per usual. So we've got the pumps off, packer off APU not running, so that's fine. And just check spoilers, flaps, parking brakes, squawking 2000, acupressure's up in the green, so that's cool. We've got the company message as well. All right, QNH then. What is it here? 1015. Set this as well, 1015. And just check monitoring guard frequency 1215. Yeah, turn that on. Lovely panel lights, they're all set. Switching thrust levers, engine mode master selection, they're fine as well. Get the constraints on here. Initial climb out of Madrid is going to be 13,000. I'll check that on the charts in a bit, but I'm pretty sure it's 13. So let's go to the box and start setting her up. So IRS, got 3.5 greens. Aircraft status, valid direct cycle. That expires on Thursday. I have to remember to update that when the time comes. Lovely. Alright, let's do our init request and get that. Lula says Madrid was normally a 2-night layover, sometimes 3. Got to see a bit of the city as well for down that route. Yeah, I mean, it's depending on where you're flying from. It is a long flight, isn't it? And it's a nice city. Lovely place to go to for a couple of days. Right, what are we? Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. It's not a bad call sign compared to some of the rubbish we get. Alright, so what do we got? The Tropo is the ground temperature, sorry, 6. And the Tropo 37191. Down out the winds. That's the other thing when you got physical to do. Everything is so quick and easy. 4028 north and 334.1 west. Fine. We are stand Tango 14 tonight, if anybody's interested. And we're going to be cruising at 31. Temperature is... where have you gone? 49. Alright, so the plan is to depart 36 left. It is the Charlie Sierra 4 November departure, which is quite fun. We'll have a look at that in a little bit as well on the chart. And then the arrival sees us on the ILS 20 Apollo 2 Bravo. Can't remember what the veers are here. I think it is upcat. Again, we will double check. Right, so that is 348 in the box. I've got 349 on the flight plan. They're good. Aviation Daily, if your login for Fenix has failed, you may need to re-register your PC. I don't know if maybe sometimes you've uninstalled it or something like that. To do that, you need to go to the Fenix website, and there's details on there that might then be able to help you.
Welcome on board.
Oh, passengers coming on board. Lovely. Right, so RadNav page, what we got? CCS, which we'll have. That's our first. Well, that's
Boarding has started, and the first passengers are now aboard the plane.
Oh, lovely. That's waypoint en route.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Easyjet Europe Flight
Sierra
7640,
Yankee.
departing from Madrid to Lisbon. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to our friendly crew. Thank you for choosing Easyjet Europe.
Lewis, no, it's not land VFO on this one. I've just got basically the default Azobo, which is handcrafted. Right, so zero fuel weight then of 54.9. Zero fuel weight CFG is 29.5. Fuel for our alternate. Right, remember what I said at the start. I'm going to call that 2.1. Actually, no, let's call it 2.2 for the alternate. Fuel planning then. We are taking 6.5 tons, hopefully. It wants 5.8. We're taking 6.5. So that gives us then a takeoff weight of 61.2, which is below maximum landing weight, so we need to worry about that. And CFG figures, zero fuel weight is 29.5, and takeoff CFG is 27.9. Right, takeoff performance calculations, just accept that. A little bit of screen tearing there, I don't know if you saw that on screen. Not had that for a long time. Never mind. So 3.6 left. We're going with wet figures. Flaps 1. No need to force target. Anti-ice is going to be on. Just bring this up for you to see. Packs will be off. That takeoff weight again 61.2. And our CFG is 27.9.
Welcome on board.
And just because of the way we are actually taxiing, we're going to be looking for a full-length departure. In fact, no, what we'll do, we'll take Zulu before, just then we've got the option, haven't we? But I think we'll be doing full length because, well, you'll see the tax chart in a minute, it makes more sense. Right, so then performance figures, we've got 132, 142, 143, transition altitude 13,000 feet, flex 57, flaps 1. Okay, so now let me grab the thrust reduction, engine out, all that stuff from Sim Smart. Here it is. Okay. Oh, the iPad's having a bit of a moment.
Welcome on board.
That's not what's on my screen at the minute.
Welcome on board.
There we go. That's a bit better. Bit of a slow connection. Right, yeah, so thrust reduction acceleration is 2985.
Hello.
Engine out acceleration also 2985. And let's have a look then, the engine out procedure down at the bottom. So it's a non-standard engine out procedure. That makes sense. We've got terrain that we're going to be flying towards. And 3,000 feet, it's a left turn to ROFIX holding point and enter the hold. So we've got our secondary flight plan, copy the active. We just turn in there. So ROFIX hold 151, right turns, and then at ROFIX we've taken up the hold, and if this is the case, we'll then be coming back into land in on I don't know what runway they're landing on at the minute in Madrid. It's probably one of those diagonal ones at the south. Have a quick look. We'll get something in the box. So yeah, it's probably 32 right perhaps. So yeah, 32 right, we'll take the Zulu approach. No star.
Good evening.
And I don't think ROFIX is one of the VIAs, but we'll just pop in no VIA. That should set us up okay. Evening Glenn, good to see you. AV8, good to see you as well.
Evening.
Okay, so just quick check what that looks like. So we're straight out. We want a left turn to ROFIX, which you can see is down there, and then there's the approach for the ILS back in if we need it.
Boarding pass, please.
Lovely. Right, it looks like refueling is completed as well. We've got 6.5 tons in the tanks. Pumps on, seatbelt signs on. Okay then, so let's brief our approach,
Welcome on board.
and for that we need charts, not approach, departure. We will brief the approach, but not yet. Alright, so we are down here, and we are at stand Tango 14 there, so we're going to push back then on to
Boarding pass,
assuming that's India, isn't it? Yeah, we're going to push back then facing north on India, and then I need to just see what north configuration today. Let's just see which way we go after that.
Welcome on board.
Yep, so it's going to be India. We will then take is it Mike? God, these charts are awful. Yep, so it's going to be India,
May I see your boarding pass?
and then can we? Yeah, it's going to be India Gate 2 actually, because you can see the little arrow there. So it's going to be India Gate 2. Then it's Mike up the middle.
This way, please.
Keep going, keep going. The chart runs out. Hopefully comes in here. There we are. So then Mike then continues, and it is then Romeo 2 where we make the change. So it's Mike. We turn on to Mike Zulu 3. I told you this taxiway was ridiculous. Mike Zulu 3, then Romeo, and we will hold at Zulu 4. So yes, more time on the ground than in the air. Now, because LVPs are in place, we can't do the single engine taxi. Normally for a taxi like this, of course we'd do single engine taxi, but not today. So that is the taxi route. Let's now have a look at the actual departure itself. So that's coming up. Talzi Gamer, you're new. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to our new followers as well over on Twitch that are just joining us too. Thank you so much for that. Right, so here's the takeoff procedure. So we are straight out, and as we pass Sierra Yankee, it is a right-hand turn. What interests us here is the speeds. There are speed restrictions of 220. Just gets us up nice and high, away from the terrain, which, as you can see, there is where we are fast approaching as we head up. So yeah, straight up, and then so almost immediate right turn, and then it's a left turn skirting the edge of the terrain, and that's we're pretty safe by that point. Going to Charlie Sierra VOR. Now, with the speed restrictions of 220, let's just have a look at our performance. In that case, we'll just pre-select clean speed, no point burning extra fuel, so 208 for the climb. And just make a note that we will push to accelerate away and speed up, etc. That is after passing MD 911. There you can see that. There are then speed restrictions of 240 knots. By that point, we'll be getting pretty close to 10,000 feet, which we can then disregard the speed restrictions. So yeah, let's now talk about the threats. Well, the biggest threat starts right on the ground. LVP conditions, so if there were lots of aircraft around in real life, then things will be moving very, very slowly. We are also in an absolute maze of a taxiway, so don't want to be taking wrong turns, particularly in LVP conditions. So with LVP conditions as well, we will be stationary for all checklists and things like that. We're not going to do those on the fly. And then for the departure itself, as you can see, as we depart, MSA is 10,000 feet. After that, particularly to the north, you can see in northwest it starts to climb, because that's where we've got all that terrain, and that's where we're headed towards as well. So if things start to go sour and we have to enter Cessna mode, then point the aircraft south, away from that terrain. So yeah, final thing then to brief is the engine out procedure and the way that we would be doing that. You'll recall engine out procedure is 3,000 feet left turn to the hold fix that we've got. Now the way I would do that is I would be pulling the heading bug once we're at 3,000 feet, activating the secondary flight plan and making that left turn. Right. Well, there's a mouthful all done. Final check that there's no air traffic control on board, which there isn't. So, I think passengers have all been boarded as well. 6.5 tons. That's loaded. Lovely. Let's get the APU started up then. We're nearly ready to go. Hey, old man and Amagos. Really glad you like the tutorial videos, mate. It means a lot that people enjoy those. Jacko, if you get the invalid flight plan uplink on the Phoenix, it means that you have got a different navigation database in SimBrief or Flight Simulator or the Phoenix itself, and they don't match up. And old man, thank you for the affiliate anniversary as well. Wasn't that yesterday? I have no idea, to be honest with you. Hey Luke, longer news for me, LPC coming up. You mean you're looking forward to it? But nervous, understandably so as well. Right. Hey guys, right, we're all finished up here. We're just waiting for the ground crew to come and hoping to get going in the next 5 minutes or so. So I'm just waiting for that APU.
Okay, Captain. Sounds good. I'll keep the cabin crew informed and ready for pushback. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. We're just waiting for the ground crew to finish up, and we hope to be on our way in about 5 minutes. Please sit back and relax.
Right, APU's up and running. External power can be disconnected. Let's get on Unicom as well, shall we? Madrid ground, good evening, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, stand Tango 14 Pushback facing north on India. Don't know who I was saying good evening to then, it was almost like we were on real ATC. Okay, so cockpit prep checklist then. Aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 6500 kilograms and balance. Seatbelt signs are on. It is well the 3.5 degree in the power F. QNH is 1015, 2000 feet. Well, it's not, it's 1950. Final company messages coming through.
Traffic 156 Mike, departing runway 36 right via Pina 3 runway departure, Madrid traffic.
So takeoff weight is 611, that's fine. And those figures, 295, 278.
7640, departing from Madrid to Lisbon. We're thrilled to have you with us today. Our captain is Easyjet sim pilot, and our first officer is. Joining me in the cabin are my wonderful colleagues, Javier, Lucia, Marco, and Sophia. The estimated flight time is just over 1 hour. Now, I'd like to take a moment to go over some important safety information. First, please ensure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release,
I've got the 12 gigabyte VRAM, Liam. Still not sure that's enough with this sim.
Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to put your own mask on before assisting others. We also have life vests located under your
Madrid traffic, Nostra Air, 16 November Charlie, we're going to be pushing back onto Whiskey 5, facing to the east.
place it over your head and pull the straps around your waist.
I have no idea where Whiskey 5 is. I don't think it's near us.
Lining up, runway right.
There are several emergency exits on this Airbus A320. 2 at the front, 2 over the wings, and 2 at the rear. Please take a moment to locate the exit nearest to you, keeping in mind that it may be behind you. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
You can tell it's misty actually if you look outside. So is GSX going to give me the option, or do I have to force it to? Tail to the left. Alright, our before start checklist then. Parking brake is on. Takeoff data is 132.142.143. Windows are closed. PEDs are on flight mode. Doors are closed. And armed beacon light is on. Parking brakes released.
Madrid traffic Express 044, lining up runway 36 right behind departing company aircraft.
Engine mode selection to ignition then, and starting engine 1. Luke, I know a lot of pilots that now use the sims for sim checks that are coming up. It makes sense. You know, why not? Why not? Look at the puddles on the ground. That's nice. Normally flight sim, once it's been raining and it's wet, they just disappear the moment the rain stops, which was a huge immersion killer. I hated that. But these are actually wet. Right, engine 1 starts looking good. If you guys get your ground charts up for Madrid, you can all taxi along with me, because this is ridiculous, this airport. We will get lost. Thanks, Luke. Speak to you again soon. Good luck with the sim checks. Okay, starting engine 2. Oh, flipping heck. Master caution. Cancel master caution. Oh, hydraulic PTU fault. Right. That's just wonderful. We've already started. So the power transfer unit has decided to do one. We'll continue engine 2 start, and let's just check the manual for dispatch. Stupid Airbus. No barking dog then on this flight. They do brake though. That's one of the reasons why single engine taxis.
Madrid Traffic Express
Use number 1 and not number 2.
Departing on the P-Nut 7 Whiskey Departure Express 044.
Okie dokies. So, quick look in the mail. Obviously, we have pushback now, so the mail doesn't actually matter. Is it a false alert or not? Because a ECAM hydraulic PTU fault condition of dispatch is no dispatch, which ruin our flight this evening, wouldn't it? So we have actually not got a fault button showed up, and you can get a false alert. That actually does happen. And looking at everything we can see here, I think it might be a false alert. In which case, I just need to get the manual up again. So, with that, let me just see. So we've got a false alert. Let's look at the manual for the false alert. Alright, so hydraulic PTU false alert. May be displayed provided the PTU is checked operative before each flight. Okay. So let's just have a look at the procedures. Where is the hydraulics? See, we've not got it marked as failed up there, so I think that it's actually working. I don't think it's actually failed. I think we've got a false alert. Hey, camera crew, just stand by. We've got an issue that we'll just have to troubleshoot up in the flight deck.
Okay, Captain, I'll stand by. Just let me know if you need anything from the cabin.
Right, so let me just check that the PTU is working. So, yellow push button, yellow pump, we need to pop that on. PTU switch is on auto.
Madrid traffic, Nostra 16 November Charlie. We're going to be taxiing inside the point Zulu 6, runway 36 left via Whiskey 5, Uniform 3 and Victor 1.
And the PTU is indicating green. And we've got green arrows as well. Okay, it is working. It is a false alert. We can continue with dispatch. That's fine. Now, parking brake set. Ground crew would have to be told to stand by as well, of course. Alexander, what manual are we talking about? So, the MEL, the Ofcom, all that stuff. Vince says call maintenance. Yeah, we could do. Although, to be fair, because it is it's a false alert. It's not real, and they do happen. And I think it's amazing that the Fenix aircraft replicates things that isn't real, that happens in real life. If you know what I mean. Hey guys, just letting you know everything's fine, and we'll be taxiing in a moment. Begin hunting. Hello.
Okay, Captain, thanks for the update. I'll keep the cabin crew informed. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your patience. We're just about to start taxiing to the runway, and we'll be on our way shortly.
Okay, so with 2 good engine starts, let's continue our normal flows. So engine mode selected to normal. APU bleed can come off, mass switch can come off, anti-ice for our departure as planned is going to be on, and we want to on the spoilers, 0 the rudder, flaps 1, and set trim, which is 378, I'll do. Okay, and our start checklist. So anti-ice is on, ECAM status is checked. Look, there you go, situation normal now. Pitch trim is 27.8 and rudder is neutral. Okay, flight control check here while we're stationary. Now full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, and neutral, rudder, full right, full left, and neutral. Perfect. Okay, right, let's get this taxi chart up. Madrid traffic Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, taxi now via India, gate 2 Mike, Mike 23 Romeo, holding Zulu 4 for runway 36 left. If we don't run out of fuel first. What a taxi that is. Cancel master caution, disregard that one, it's a sim bug, so clear recap. Oh, and there's the rain. So we want to take our first right, gate 2, which is over here. GSX didn't do a very good job of pushing us back, actually. Would have gone further back, but never mind. There is gate 2. Definitely LVPs here today. Everyone coming in with an auto land. I see Lemon's redeeming a gin. That's the perfect way to start a flight. Particularly in Espanol.
Madrid traffic flying 29 Sierra November, taxi 2, holding point, runway 268. 2 by a Mike Romeo.
Okay, so this should be Mike that now just continues all the way up. Lewis says you always got Terminal 4 gate, so 36 left departures aren't too bad, but the taxi to the southern runways is pain. They're miles away, aren't they? Absolutely miles away. I'm taxiing a bit too fast as well for LVPs, but we've actually got decent visibility, it's quite misty. Although looking up ahead, it does look a lot mistier. You see the buildings disappearing in the distance. Okay, so quick head check. Then we've got no change to our performance. We've got wet runway figures and a Zulu 4 intersection departure setup. We have a non-standard engine out procedure. It's straight out, 3,000 feet, left turn, pull heading bug, and then activate secondary flight plan. Hold is in there, and we're going to hold safe at 6,000, and then the departure is noise abatement 2, straight out, almost immediate right hand turn, clean up on schedule, got pre-selected speed set, and initial climb is 13,000, which is also transition altitude. No, Lulu, if you head to the States, you probably never did do it at night. Lemon, did I see that the next BATC update will be the one with LLM included? Yeah, I did. And obviously the inclusion of that is going to be great. It means that the script doesn't have to be stuck to quite as religiously. I suppose it's still not full AI in the sense that sort of Say Intentions is, but it's definitely going to be an improvement. You don't have to say everything in exactly the correct manner, so to speak. It will understand what it is you're trying to say. Right, I just want to check we're on the right runway. Runway? Taxiway. Oh, I've just missed the taxi sign. Darn it. Okay, I've done Edinburgh to Paphos.
Nostra 16 November Charlie via Zulu 6, entering runway 36 left for departure, Charlie Charlie Sierra 3 X-ray departure, climbing to 13,000 feet, Madrid traffic.
Okay, so we're just getting to a bit of an intersection here. We're alright, we've got no one around us. Just get the next chart up.
Alpine 67 Tango uniform, how much time do you need?
I'm maybe an average.
Thanks.
So we're still on mic. That's Sierra that we're just about to cross. So just so you know where we are, that's here. And it's Romeo.
Madrid traffic, Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha, behind traffic, pushing back from Lisbon to Tango 10, Madrid.
Don't miss the next turn, otherwise we've got to sort of backtrack on ourselves, which is a pain. Fruitbat, is it a taxi to Lisbon stream? You could probably do that in flight sim now, couldn't you? Cars and things. Right, there we go. That's Mike Zulu, and this is Romeo 2. Hopefully we'll see a rainbow in a minute. A rainbow? A runway in a minute? Might see a moonbow, not sure about a rainbow. Okay, we'll just continue here, and then we can see we should have Zulu 4 ahead of us. Hey, German Soft Light Simmer, good to see you on stream. There we go. Right, so we've got some checklists to run. Kabaka says going to need a refuel. Yeah, well, what we done? We burned 200 kilograms already. And this is Cat 2-3 holding point, so we will hold it there. That's confirmation. That's Zulu 4. Perfect. We made it. Okay, so taxi checklist. Flight control's been checked. Flap settings are config 1. FMAs, we've got 132 blue, 143 magenta, climb right blue, 1 FD2, 13,000 blue, radar and predictive wind shear on. Engine mode selector is normal, and ECA memos takeoff, no blue. EFB is stowed. Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please.
Okay, Captain, cabin crew, take seats for departure.
Madrid traffic Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima via Zulu 4, lining up for departure runway 36 left via Zulu 4, and Charlie Sierra 4 November departure. Right, let's light us up. Hey Elliot, good to see you. Packs off. Simon, do Easyjet a single engine taxi? They absolutely do, but not today. Due to LVPs in place. This would be a prime candidate for a single engine taxi. But the weather says otherwise. Okay, lineup checklist. So our cabin is secure. Takeoff runway is 36 left via Zulu 4. That's confirmed. TCAS Tier RA packs 1 and 2 are off. A double. Curran says longer than Schiphol taxi. Yeah, I said that at the start, that it makes Schiphol look quite tame, doesn't it? Longest part of the flight. Longest part of the stream. Oh, look at the mist. Lovely. Okay then, so we're all ready to go. Let's go. Take off. Start the chrono. Engine stable. Set takeoff thrust. Man flex. SRS. Auto thrust blue. Takeoff thrust set. knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb, gear up. That's disorientating, isn't it? Everything just disappearing as you climb. Nav. Thrust climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. There's the right turn. And pass S-speed, flap 0, spoilers disarmed. Ding the seatbelt signs to release the cabin crew. Remlin, am I using parallel 42 sim effects in 24? No, I don't think they work yet, last I read. So you can see the pre-selected speed that we've got at the moment.
Traffic
Which is fine.
November 14.2, fly up and take off from the 36 traffic.
No ATC, so let's clear ourselves to a higher altitude. So open climb 200 blue. Alright, so we've got spoilers, flaps, landing gears up. Get the lights off now. And then as we pass 10,000 feet, we can push for managed speed, no longer being held by the speed restrictions. Okay, managed speed. We do have traffic just there. Turning away, I would imagine we're probably going to be able to climb above him, although...
Dear guests, we are now at a safe altitude and you are
He is
welcome to
there.
use your electronic devices. Please remember to keep them in airplane mode.
Madrid traffic,
Also,
Nostra
our
611
Wi-Fi
Charlie, we're
service is now
directing
available
to
for you
waypoint
enjoy
longer.
during the flight. Thank you.
I'm just going to pull the heading bug, let him cross from right to left in front of us as we continue the climb. Just put the cost index to 0 as well. There we go, he's in the descent and we're overline. Okay, so back on course. So my attention has been...
905 Whiskey Lima, departure, contact Madrid, approach on 118.4.
So, does anyone want us to use... We've got no ATC knocking around tonight. Anyone want us to use the, say, intelligence air traffic control, just for something a little bit different? We can do if you wish. So, our RadNav page, we can now just clear out those. Don't need them. Secondary flight plan I'll keep in for the moment. I think we can get rid of the anti-ice as well now. Seatbelt signs off. Mike, is all right. If we've got air traffic control at Lisbon, then we just switch back, which is fine. Works quite nicely. Madrid Centre. Good evening, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, passing flight level 180 and requesting flight level 310. I see rain in the distance as well.
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, identified. 11 miles west of Aerodromo Loring at flight level 180, heading 277, QNH 1015. Clear direct MD 901. Climb flight level 310.
Climb flight level 310 and request direct to Avila waypoint, which is the one we're going to now. I just need to sync the ATC back up. Right, flight level 310 blue. Fusion Heroes, yeah, this is the Fenix A320. Madrid Center, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, request direct Alpha Victor India Lima Alpha.
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, cleared direct to Avila waypoint.
Clear direct Avila for Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. Lovely, right, so looks like a nice bit of a rainstorm just dropping down there. It's a shame the weather radar doesn't work really, doesn't it? Good evening, Orban. RC Raptor, good evening. Yes, we do have some ATC, I think, at Lisbon, so from VATSIM, so we obviously will hop back onto VATSIM then by that point.
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, contact Madrid control on 126.675.
126.675 for Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, good night. Madrid Control, good evening, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, passing flight level 240 for flight level 310, direct Avila.
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, Madrid Control, identified. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes to you as well. Mastermind, yeah, the same intentions, air traffic control, just leave it, using them for a little bit until we're in Lisbon control airspace. Whilst you are doing this though, if you are going to do this, use VHF2 to monitor 122 decimate, just so you're monitoring Unicom as well, in case you need to be contacted for whatever reason. So, there we go. So looking at the plan, we should be in Lisbon in about an hour, I think, which is good. Gives us plenty of time just to get up to cruise, do our checks, plan the arrival, talk to ATC, and get down again. So if you are just joining us, welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to hit that like button. And we're on our way still to 50,000 subscribers. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please also do consider that as well. Not to mention, of course, if you shop on the Contrail store, we've got our discount code listed down below, and also check out Innobuilds, our channel partner. Again, link in the description down below, and that link also helps support the channel, so thank you everyone that uses that. Jan Brumman, good evening to you. Not many waypoints on this flight. It's pretty much, we get to, there you can see, top of the descent is already showing. SFA Aviation says got Rex Atmos with the discount code. Yeah, Atmos is great. FlightSim 2020 looks far, far better with Atmos installed, doesn't it? Looks really good. If I am flying in FlightSim 2020, I don't fly without Atmos. So I was just checking to see if we've got any Lisbon 80s, because I might be able to pick it up. Well, might not be quite high enough just yet. Hey Kickoff, is my wing book working on the fly-by-wire now? I haven't checked it since I first got it. I think fly-by-wire is going to be coming later. It works with the Fenix at the moment. Christoph, no, it is Say Intentions that we're using for our air traffic control and cabin crew tonight. Well, Say Intentions is filling in the gap for VATSIM until we get to Lisbon, where there is some air traffic control knocking about. Don't know. Can I get the... Let's see if we can get it. We can get the ATIS here instead of having to wait for it. Send that off. I think that should work. Hopefully that'll come through in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now cruising at altitude, and we will begin our snack and drink service shortly. Today we have some delightful options for you, including our tasty Mediterranean wrap and refreshing fruit salad. After the service, articles from the Easyjet shop will also be available for purchase. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
There we go. So we're expecting ILS approach from we use 20, special 1155, and then just some frequencies there. So yeah, 20 is the plan. I'll have a look at the chart then for that. We're now at alt cruise, so set TCAS 2 below, cost index back to 0, secondary flight plan, we'll copy the active. And that let's zip through the SD pages, make sure nothing daft is showing. All looks good. PTU still behaving itself. I loved that right at the start of the stream when something broke, but it hadn't actually broke. It was pretending to break, as it does in real life, which is... just again showing how good the Fenix is. So they're all good. Overhead looks blank, which is exactly what you want, of course. BK, is everything you get with Entourage available with the subscription as well? Yeah, so Entourage is basically the cabin crew, missions, all that stuff. The air traffic control is the monthly subscription. Entourage is the one-off payment. But if you get the full monthly subscription for air traffic control, you get all Entourage included as well. Captain Norbert, yeah, runway 02 is much nicer, isn't it? But never mind. Never mind. Itch and Scratch It, is Rex Atmos similar to F42 SimFX? No, it's not. No. Atmos gives you much better colours in the sky, whereas 42 SimFX gives you effect on the actual aircraft. Okay, let me just bring up the charts for our arrival and see what we can expect. Don't come into runway 20 too often. BK, the obvious thing with missions is only with subscription. No, I think that's part of Entourage. I'm pretty certain that's part of Entourage, which is the one-off payment. There's a link in the video description below to take you to the Say Intentions page, so check that out. Okay, so our approach begins at Apollo. Let's go through the coding, make sure it all matches up. So we've got Apollo, Exona, 811, Ibit, then Deki. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So from Deki, PEV, Urgig 855, 853, 851, Arnett and Upcat. So the reason I say it gets interesting is because basically from here we can probably, if there's not much traffic, get a direct routing in, which means that if we are too high, we need to be able to work out, can we actually accept that routing. So if we are flight level 70 at Decky, that makes sense for us. Look, he's got a 70 all the way around on that chart. So that's going to be the plan. Get flight level 70 at Decky, hopefully get a nice little direct straight in to Upcat, then we're straight onto the ILS. MSA as we're coming in there is 4,000 feet. So that's all pretty straightforward. Let's have a look then. Just if we go all the way through on this arch, a little bit of terrain there to the north, not much. And there's no more terrain as we're actually coming in on the approach. Alright, that's fine. So the approach is straightforward. The threat that I've got with that is the potential shortcut. We need to be ready for it. Now let's have a look at the ILS 420. So obviously that begins at Upcat. Then we've got Upcat, Tovey, and again just see all those there. That's fine. Let's have a look at this actual approach then. So the platform altitude is 4,000 feet. So with that, fix info and Lima Papa Tango 20. 4,000 feet is a 12-mile radius. So pop that in there just to help situational awareness. It's a nice normal 3-degree glide. Cat 1 minimums are 550 feet. We'll pop all that in as well. In fact, whilst I'm on this page, I'm not doing this in the right order, but whilst I'm on this page, just pop it in. We'll come back to it. So that's fine. Small displaced threshold, Pappies on the left, 3-degree Pappies as well. So that's fine. Again, threats to be aware of, just a little bit of terrain to the right as we're coming in. And max 160 knots from Toppy until 4 miles. Dear me, that is maximum 160 from top V. Right, going through the box then. Flight plan's been checked. Radnav page, we want LIS for Lisbon. Progress page, LPPT20, just so we've got a distance and bearing to the threshold, in case we need it. And let's have a look then at the weather, which we have just got, but let's also do a landing calculation as well, make sure we can stop. Sure we can. BK Skyop's part of the Preem. Ah, right, okay. Oh, well, that you are probably right. Honestly, couldn't remember off the top of my head. So our landing weight is going to be. This is a nice long runway, so I'm expecting to be able to do a nice flaps 3 landing. There's my landing calculation. Here we go. So let's get the weather and the METAR. We've got 50. We're going to be 59 tons then, aren't we, as we come in? So that's fine. Is it dry at the moment? According to the METAR, it is. Yeah. So runway 20, dry, 59 tons. We know we're going to get in flaps 3, and that's fine. Lovely. So let's fill in the rest of the information here with the approach page. QNH is 1010. I'm just going to set that as well on the FCU when it's ready to set. Temperature there is 60. Winds are 180 at 10. Transition is 4.5. Minimum's 550 and config 3. VAT 140, clean 260. Perfect. Okay, so we're all set up. One last thing to do then is I just need to double check the ground charts. We vacate to the left as we come in, but I can't remember whereabouts it is.
Alpha 905 Whiskey. Lima Madrid Control. Expect the U-Pool 2 Bravo arrival. I'll have you descending in about 20 minutes. Say the word if you want to descend sooner.
Say the word. Expect the U-Pool 2 Bravo arrival and expect descent in about 20 minutes. Thanks, Alpine 905 Whiskey. I think we'll be alright with that, looking at what we've got. Now, ground charts. BK, will I use the pushback and ground ops that's coming with Entourage? I think I will. Depends what's injected into the sim. I do like the visuals of being able to see it, so I hope they can do that as well. And I think they can. So that's going to be my hope, certainly. So we're looking to get off at Hotel 1 or Hotel 3. I would then imagine it's going to be a uniform taxi up here, then Golf, presumably, to Alpha, and we will be parking all the way down here. So that's the route that we can expect. Cancel master caution, disregard, clear recap. Imagine if I actually got a real side stick phone and I did that. Lula says Lisbon is a lovely taxi compared to Madrid. It is. It's simple. It's straightforward. We've got company messages as well come through. We're going to check that. AJ, is the A380 available for FlightSim 24? You can load it in, but they say it doesn't really work properly at the minute. If you want good full functionality of it, FlightSim 2020 for that. Why are we getting a load sheet? It's a bit late for that. Don't need that. Nice. So we'll just sit and chill for a couple of minutes. Descent in about 80 miles. Not much to see out there. Robert says Zoro's on ATC. Ben says Sign 64 is probably because you've got a keyboard button match the pitch roll and you're pressing it. Benji, I promise you it's not. It's something we've had in the sim for a long time in the Phoenix aircraft. GD says he's taking the plunge, ordered a wing FCU, looking forward to an easier time when changing settings. Yep. It's just, it's a lot easier having hardware. It really is. Fusion Heroes, I'm waiting for the Innobuild A350. I can't wait for that aircraft. I think it's awesome. It will be awesome. Oh, we're battling the headwind at the moment, aren't we? Kickoff, what is the PU McDo version 2? So the PU McDo version 2 is... it's another McDo. I did do a video about it, and it is on the website. It is on the YouTube channel, so you can check that out for yourself if you wish. Yeah, but this is it. So good view of it. Really, really good solid buttons. These work very nice. They are rubber, but they are very, very firm rubber. They're not as squishy as the wind wing ones. The wind wing ones, by comparison, are a little bit, squishy, for the want of a better word. These are solid contacts, and the front plate of this is magnetic. You can actually lift this off, but go check out the video. You can lift this off because you can then also use this unit with a Boeing. They do Boeing FCU plates, not FCU, but flight computer, whatever they call them, FMS plates in keypads. So yeah, honestly, go check it out. And then it is based on an older Would Do, so we've got the dimmer switch there, which we don't have now. I don't usually fly without the light on, but it's kind of cool. But yeah, and the only downside to this is it uses a HDMI cable, but the software is a breeze. Turn it on and click execute, and it sorts out the screen for you. You don't have to faff around resizing screens or anything like that. But yeah, it is really nice. More expensive than the Wind Wing, but I do think the quality is better. Renly says, am I feeling okay? So can't see a couple in the background shot there. Oh, well. As you asked so nicely. Hang on a minute. Full of Yorkshire tea. Kickoff is expensive. By comparison of hardware previously, no. And as Dave Hudson has just said, the Wind Wing is cheap as chips. So there you go. Lulu, where's the salt and vinegar chipsticks? I might send you a message later. The shopping man came today. John Ashton, good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Power Lucky Loli Low. I can't pronounce that name. My apologies. There is a video on YouTube with my graphic settings and specs and all that stuff. So, but the GPU is a 3060. Renlim, I'm always prepared. I'm like a Boy Scout. Flyby John says, which mini cockpit would hurry up make more panels? I know they were a Kickstarter campaign, weren't they? They literally kickstarted, I think, the hardware for the next generation of flight simmers, and then lots of other companies sort of jumped in and almost taken over now. But remember, if you are buying anything from mini cockpits, their mini FCU, the mini EFIS, which they are great, particularly if you don't have a lot of space. You can build your little mini cockpit and it's awesome. Remember, there's a discount code that you can use. I think the discount code is just Easyjet SimPilot on their website, and it does save you a decent amount, so definitely worth doing. Organ, do I know when the web version of SimSmart will be available? We've got a problem at the moment. We've just got a few calculations that the app is absolutely, the app is really good and really tight. We've got an issue with some of the V-speeds when you put wind in there, and it doesn't like it. So we're just trying to bug shoot basically. But using it online now, using it on the tablet, the iPad, it's awesome. It's just, it is exactly like the real thing. Even better in some cases. Airport not found. Oh no, wouldn't be. Enter an invalid code. But yeah, just being able to put it in. Enter METAR manually, which you have to do in real life. With its counterpart, FlySmart, the real thing, you can't just import the weather. It's not a done thing. Probably to make sure it doesn't get it wrong, to be honest. Takeoff weight. I don't know. Pick a weight. Standard. Takeoff thrust flex. Yeah. Packs off. Calculate. I mean, to be fair, for a wet runway, that's pretty good. That's pretty accurate. The great thing about this, I love the fact you get max takeoff weight, which obviously that is well above the structural maximum takeoff weight, but that's a long runway, and this happens in the real calculator as well. You cannot take off an A320 at 84.5 ton. It's, but by the same respects, if you're at Jersey, you need this, because if the weather's not playing ball, or it'll tell you no, you're overweight. So you can have a regulated takeoff weight as well. We've also just got a couple of things to fix on here with regards to headwind and crosswind components. So yeah, it'll come. I quite like the real calculator, Roland. You know, it's logical and a lot of information in it. Much more accurate than the paper versions that you get in the QRHs. BK, I'm afraid I don't know about the Say Intentions pushback. Guess we'll have to wait and see. GD, yeah, I forgot the name of the company in Birmingham. Someone's going to tell me, I'm sure, in the chat in a moment now. You've mentioned it, the hardware maker. Is it Scalari? Perhaps? But they're made to order. They're certainly not mass produced. Oh, I have to take a look at that organ. I've missed that. Yeah. I don't mean to sound big-headed with this. I get a lot of messages, and I'm really, really bad at finding time to sift through them all, so my apologies. Hey guys, just a quick update for you. So we're looking to be on the ground and at the gate in probably about 40 minutes, maybe a little quicker if we can get a shortcut from air traffic control.
Thanks for the update, Captain. I'll let the cabin crew know to prepare for landing in about 40 minutes.
BK, no release date for the web. We don't want to release it whilst it's still giving out some duff information. And it's all to do with the winds. It's the wind components at the moment, just within the background coding. Aviator 1, are we flying to Funchal again? Do you like Funchal? Funchal's always a good fun flight. Right, let's get the charts up, because we're pretty much ready to start the descent. And as we're doing that, I'm going to leave air traffic control from Say Intentions and get back onto Unicom, because we're going to be on under ATC in a minute. And back onto monitoring the guard frequency. BK, I'd love to make it available for more than just the 320neo. The issue we've got literally is time. Literally time. So I spent a lot of time with the... sorry, I've just realised we're at our top of descent, so let's just start that descent. Thrust idle, open descent, and 200 blue. Yeah, I spent hours, absolutely hours, getting the data for the calculator to make it, you know, as accurate as the real one, as much as we could, without being sued by Airbus. And a lot of it was done during COVID, when there was nothing else to do. Unfortunately, life now is getting in the way. 119105 for Lisbon approach then. Just getting the latest weather and latest information. QNH 1010, I've got information. Charlie. Lisbon approach. Good evening, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, leaving flight level 290. Inbound Apollo, and we are A320 information. Charlie.
Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, leaving approach. Hello, good evening, Squawk 2011.
Squawk code 2011 for Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima.
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima identified. You're clear the Apollo 2 Bravo arrival. Runway 20 in use. Continue descent flight level 110. Information charge.
Expect ILS 20 Apollo 2 Bravo arrival and continue descent flight level 110 for Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. 110 blue. Flying engineer, why always night flights? Because it's night time.
Portugal 001 Roger, continue approach runway 20, expect one departure ahead.
Roger that, we will expect one departure ahead and we will continue approach 001.
So as you see there, we're underneath the flight path, which is fine. I'm hoping for a shortcut. Which would be great. Dobbo, did I build my PC myself? Absolutely not.
1104, Uniform 5.
Dark Fury did that for me.
Let's call 101, connection, let's call 1104, approach 180, wind 150 degrees, 8 knots, one variable between 110 and 180 degrees, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
For takeoff, runway 20, vertical 1105.
Organ have Airbus made pay performance charts for the Neo. Probably in the QRH. Although I'm not sure actually. But you know, iPads fail. So always worth having them in the QRH. Lisbon use a PMS, the point merge system. Yes, Captain Orby, yeah, that's why we're...
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, direct to Denki.
Direct to Decky for Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. And that is exactly what we've just got. That's what we were hoping for, that's what we briefed, and that's what we planned for. So, with that, let's pull speed and wind her up a little bit. Organ, the ones for the CEO were very conservative. Particularly the stopping distances. As I have got all the details for the Neo's stopping distance, which we eventually want to throw into SimSmart as well.
Aircraft 001 with 150 degrees 8 knots, square ball 110 and 180 degrees, runway 20, clear plan.
35, runway 20, Aircraft 001, thank you.
Aircraft 1104, identify the continue climb flight level 240.
Flight level 240, Aircraft 1104.
Go. Aircraft 1104, negative. Stop the climb at flight level 170, that's your final.
Confirm 170114.
Okay, stop the climb 170, thank you.
170, Aircraft 1104.
Okay, we'll get seatbelt signs on in a couple of minutes. Hopefully we'll get a nice arrival. Just still struggling to get down, so let's wind that speed up a little bit more. Jayhawk time I had an upgrade. Maybe. Still rocking the 3060.
Good evening, Alpine 277 uniform, descending pilot with 0 and Apollo 2 Bravo.
Alpine 677 uniform, please go approach, good evening, Fox 22310.
5237 Alpine 277 uniform.
Aircraft 1104, proceed direct to Luzon.
Direct to ZOP, Aircraft 1104.
Alpine 677 uniform, identified, continue descent to flight level 110, you're clear to Polo 2 Bravo, arrival, information charge.
Right, seatbelt signs on.
Descent level 110, Apollo 2 Bravo, arrival 20, Alpine 677 uniform.
Lisbon approach, American 527 at holding point runway 20, ready for takeoff.
Please return to your seats and ensure your
Alpine,
seatbelts are
correction,
fastened.
American
The use of
527, traffic on final, 1 mile final, behind landing traffic, line up and wait, runway 20, behind landing traffic, uniform 5, intersection.
Behind the traffic, line up and rate for runway 20, American 257.
So is that American actually crossing the Atlantic tonight?
Alpine 905 with Lima, continue descent to flight level 70, expect sharp.
Descend flight level 70 and expect shot. Thank you, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima.
Alpine 677 uniform, direct decking.
Lulu, that's kind, thank you. What will 5090s do? My word. And how much will they cost? There's a question. Cabin crew, 20 minutes to landing. 20 minutes.
Okay, Captain. Thanks for the update. I'll let the cabin crew know to prepare for landing in 20 minutes.
Alpine 905 with Lima, direct Arnie.
Clear direct to Arnett and confirm Alpha Romeo November India Tango.
That's correct.
Direct Arnett, Alpine 95 Whiskey. There we go, straight in. This is what we were hoping for.
American 257 wind 15.
American is going to Edinburgh. Fantastic. J-Hog, you have to sell my Anthony.
Clear for takeoff, runway 20, American 257.
Yeah, you're not going to get enough.
001, welcome to Lisbon, ground 11.755.
Louis, the American, should we go to Philly? Nice.
755, already got that.
Temperature's warm enough, so we don't need the anti-ice. Ground frequency is 121.040. So we'll just get that ready. Just slowing the aircraft down there. Just slightly busted the speed limit. Below the profile though, so that's what we wanted. 10,000 feet. Landing system is on, and I'm just going to activate the approach phase as well. Landing lights on. This approach has a built-in hold as well, which I'm going to guess, given the traffic we've got tonight, we shall not be doing. Hey Flyby John, how do you know if you're on the profile or below it? The little green yo-yo. So the profile is above us, so we are below it.
5 with Lima, descend to 4,000 feet. QNH 1010, clear ILS approach, runway 20.
Descend altitude 4,000, QNH 1010, and clear for the ILS runway 20, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima.
American 257.
Is a very early approach clearance. Like it.
Proceed climb to flight level 240, American 257.
So let's just get rid of the hold.
Alpine 67, Tango Uniform, continue descent flight level 70.
Descent 70, Alpine 67, Tango Uniform.
American 257, turn right, direct PNEC.
Right direct PNEC, American 257.
So just using VS now, just even fine tune our descent. For some reason, it's put the hold back in. Which is a bit strange. One thing I didn't brief, should have briefed this, so this was a little bit naughty. The go around for ILS 20, it's pretty straightforward. It is just straight out and flight level 60.
Alpha, passing flight level 230. Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha, this is approach. Good evening, squawk 3314.
Squawk 3314, Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha.
India Lima Bravo is identified, 25 miles out. So, Alt Glide Slope, Lock Blue, Cat 3 Dual, Autopilot 1 and 2.
Uniform, redirect Ardit.
That's on it, Alpine 67 Uniform.
Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha identified, we will clear the Polo 2 Bravo arrival, runway 20 in use, proceed direct Ardit.
Cleared Apollo 2 Bravo arrival runway 20, proceed direct Ardit, Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha.
Just using the VS to help us get a CDA. We want to be 4,000 feet as we cross this just here. A little bit of wind then.
Continue descent, flight level 110, Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha.
Blade Runner, how far from the airport should you activate the approach phase on the McDo? Always wonder about that. Usually you're passing about 10,000 feet, because by that point you've normally got 250 set in the speed window anyway. And then when you need to slow down, you can just push for managed speed.
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, your number 1, free speed.
Free speed, Alpine 95 Whiskey. Alex, why do you set fixed info for the airport? For this exact reason. So I want to be 4,000 feet now at 12 miles out, as it's a normal 3-degree approach. So I want to be passing 4,000 feet as our route intersects that circle, and then I can use the VS mode to basically get the level off arrow pretty close to that circle. So it just helps with a nice descent.
Aircraft 1104, no further ATC available. Unicom 122.8, como vai?
122.8, Aircraft 1104, obrigado, boa noite.
Boa noite. Alpine 67 Tango Uniform, descent to 4,000 feet, QNH 1010, clear direct approach, runway 20.
4,000, QNH 1010, clear direct 20.
Lulu, no magic green banana in the bus. Are you referring to the energy management line that we do get, sort of like the green arc? You do get, but yeah, you have to be in heading mode for that. There you go. See it just there? I don't know if that's what you're referring to. That sounds like a Boeing term. I wouldn't understand.
American 257, Hilly from Lisbon, Unicom 122.8.
122.8 for American 257.
But you only get that in.
Told me, obrigado, and have a great rest of your evening.
You only get that in heading mode. You don't get it in nav mode. Cool. There's something very red down there. That's the official Boeing terminology for, is it? Banana. Right, and there you can see now we're getting a nice CEDA because here comes the glide slope. So hopefully we're going to get glide slope and localizer at the same time. Just what we wanted. Got a nice wind slowing us down as well. So going for a full house then, what do we reckon? Glad slope star, lock star at the same time, hopefully. So flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. And he has given us free speed, so we don't need 160 knots from top V. So speed 180. So we've got lock star. A bit cloudy, isn't it?
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, maintain 180 knots until 6.
180 knots till 60 me, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima.
Alpine 67 Tango Uniform, speed 220 knots.
And there's glide slope star, missed approach altitude 6,000 feet.
Alpine 67 Tango Uniform.
I think we missed the approach checklist, but the RF QNH is 1010, seatbelt signs are on, minimums are 550. Auto brake, we use auto brake medium, don't really need it on this runway, but we'll pop that on. Engine mode selection is normal, AFB is stowed. Visibility is meant to be 10 kilometres, but we've got a few cloud at 200 feet, scattered 500 feet. So, could be interesting. Headwind's doing a nice job.
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, wind 150 degrees, 8 knots, variable between 110 and 180 degrees, runway 20, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 20, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. Flaps 2, speeds checked. Flaps 2, there's the runway.
Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha, continue descent, flight level 70.
Lulu, did we press the F3 landing on the overhead? Yes, you can see it just down here as well.
Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha.
GPWS flaps 3. So it's just a reminder that it is that it's there. Cabin crew, seats for landing. That wind's going to spin around to the left a little bit then. It is quite strong at the minute. What we got? About 28 knots.
Seats for landing.
So it could be fun. Okay, gear down. Manage the speed, spoilers armed, flaps 3, speeds checked. Flaps 3. Landing checklist. So our cabin is secured, go around altitude is 6,000 feet, ECAM memo, landing no no. A reminder of the go around altitude as well, little threat there, it's a flight level, so it'll be flight level 60. On standard pressure. And it is wavering left and right, left and right. Okay, my aircraft. Yeah. This is where Flight Sim 24 does a great job. This is absolutely not
uniform speed 160 knots until 4 DME.
Having to not just shoot and point, even though it's an Airbus.
62 Kilo Alpha, 4,000 feet, QNH 1010, clear the ILS, runway 20.
Descent 4,000 feet, clear to ILS, runway 20, and QNH is 1010, Alpine 62 Kilo Alpha.
Feel that wind moving around. Adrian D, mate, thank you so much. Really, really kind super chat. As we're in on finals now. Appreciate that, Adrian. Very generous of you. Just sort of fighting a little bit to hold that centre line. I feel like we're just drifting left, right, left, right, left, right. Be careful I don't give sort of like a pilot-induced oscillation here. But there you go. There's that wind spinning around from the left that we knew it was coming. So now it's going to blow us to the right of centre line, and we just need to have a little left bank in there. A little right rudder as we touch down. All sounds great in theory. Three wides.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Okay, we've got spoilers. Reverse green. Decel. Reverse is off. Manual brakes. Now let's vacate.
Alpine 67 Tango Uniform, wind 150 degrees, 8 knots, variable between 110 and 180 degrees, currently 20, clear to fly.
Clear Alpine 67 Tango Uniform.
Alpine 905 Whiskey Lima, welcome to Lisbon. Continue via Golf, ground 121, decimal 755. Thank you for flying, bye bye.
Continue via Golf and over to ground now. Thank you, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. Thanks for the service. Good night. Ground, good evening, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. Are we on the right frequency? Nope.
Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, Lisbon.
Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, Lisbon ground, good evening.
Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, welcome to Lisbon, good evening. Taxi via Uniform Golf Alpha, stand 123.
Uniform Golf Alpha and sound 123, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. Yeah, so that is pretty much where we said. Wesley, that's really kind. Says the green streams are always a great watch. You suffer with mental health, but the streams give you a great sense of calm. That's really kind because flying should be calm. That is what all pilots try and do.
Academy 109, ready 5.
If they're not calm, then something's going very wrong.
Are you available for departure via Alpha 6 or Tango 5? Academy 109, are you available for departure via Alpha 6 or Tango 5?
We're able for Tango departure intersection. Academy 109.
Academy 109, Roger, taxi via Whiskey, Tango, hold short of Tango 5.
Whiskey Tango, hold short of Tango 5, Academy 109.
And
as Lulu's just said, if it's boring, it means it's all going to plan.
Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, you lost your stand. Hold position.
Hold position, Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. I love the hue that we've got from the lights as well. Yes, Lulu, I do. I know exactly what you mean. You want it to be boring. You guys probably want excitement. Pilots don't want excitement.
Academy 109. Hold position, please. Hold position.
Hold position 109.
Zonorous, no frame gen.
Academy 109. I call back.
No frame gen. My graphic settings.
Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima, you lost your stand. Please continue via Lima, Mike, Zulu 1, stand 201.
Continue Lima, Mike, Zulu 1 and stand 201 now for Alpine 95 Whiskey Lima. Yeah, I do have a graphics.
Alpine 76 Tango Uniform, Lisboa.
I do have a graphics video on the channel. Sorry, I'm just getting the chart up so I know where we're going now. Right, okay. So back to the old stands that EasyJet used to have.
Alpine 67 Tango Uniform. Welcome to Lisboa. Continue taxi via Uniform Lima, Mike, Zulu 1, stand 202.
Contact taxi Uniform Lima, Mike 201, stand 202. Alpine 67 Uniform.
Web Academy 109, after Alpine passing in your front, please continue your taxi via Uniform, hold short of Alpha 6.
After the A320 in front, Alpine colors, continue taxi via Alpha to Alpha 6. Web Academy 1 to the land.
Just set GSX up for our arrival. Ryanair? Organ, do I get the question? You probably get this question a lot. Says, do I prefer the PU air career or the wing wing? I prefer the feel of the air career. Not to say the wing wing for its price cannot be beaten.
Web Academy 109, contact Lisbon approach 119.105.
But from a feel point of view, the air career.
Pushback ground by Delta Alpine 34 November Zoo, stand 106 with PDC cadence, request push and start.
Alpine 34 November Zoo, confirm your final level requested.
Final level 350 for Alpine 34.
I've just seen Lulu, not that my streams are boring. Well, in a way we want them to be, don't we?
Alpine 34 November Zoo, push and start is approved, facing north.
Push and start approved, facing north, Alpine 34 November Zoo.
Do like this airport scenery, but yeah, things that you get in Flight Sim 24, just like the hue from the lights, it's nice, it's really good. Lucas, performance I found in 24 to be better with aircraft that you have installed, not stuff that you've got to stream, which sadly is most of them at the minute. There we go. And parking brakes set. Lovely. Another successful flight, as Relin says. What's going on? Another successful flight in Flight Sim 2024. Right, we'll check out the replay as well, which is one of my most favourite bits to do. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you are going to leave before we see the replay, then please do leave a like on your way out. We're heading towards 50,000 subscribers as well, so please hit the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Would really appreciate that. Now, let's see if we can just get off VATSIM. Shut that down and see if the replay will work. I still use SkyDolly for the replay. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Tony, am I ditched Flight Sim 2020? It's still on my PC, Tony. I've not got rid of it just yet. I'm not yet that brave. So, will this work or not? That is the question. Oh, it appears to be working. Hey! Right, well, let's check out that landing from the passenger perspective. This is what I love to do. I love the cabin views because the graphics are just so good. That's what we want. And I obviously can't land in this view. It wouldn't end well. 2 in a row, Lulu. 2 in a row. If we get... maybe if I get 10 flights in a row in Flight Sim 24 without any crash to desktop, maybe, just maybe, I will consider uninstalling Flight Sim 2020. Ooh, you can see where the wind was playing havoc there, can't you? BK, have I tried the default replay mode? I did when it first came out. It works to an extent, but I didn't find it that intuitive. A little bit of wing bounce there as well. Zonro said he wouldn't ditch for Flight Sim 2020 just yet because there's so many airliners that he likes to fly without 24 spoiler. The thing is, the PMDG, lots of people want the 737s, the Boeings and that, don't they? which aren't yet supported in Flight Sim 24. I can't believe actually that that is the case. I would have expected the Fenix not to have been in before PMDG. PMDG had access to the software development kit, but Liam says I must have good internet for the game looking like this with a 3060. Yeah, but Liam, I don't. 40 megabytes a second, maybe? Didn't look like a bad landing, that, from a passenger's perspective. Good enough for government work. And hopefully... quick look at the other side as well. Why not? Why not? It really does feel windy there, doesn't it? You can actually see the plane battling the elements. Oh, Liam, yeah, I reckon if you've got 12, that is going to be a bit of a pain. Lovely. We shall take that all day long. BK, is there any way to get the flaps and spoilers to always work with the replay? I don't think so, BK. It's always always a bit hit and miss, really, with that. Pilot Legend says smoother than yesterday. I know. In danger of doing some good landings. Well, guys, thank you so much. Hope you have enjoyed our second successful flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. What can I say? We will keep trying. We will keep trying, because do enjoy Flight Sim 24. I think the sim does look fantastic. A huge thank you to all of you who have joined us this evening and yesterday evening, and a massive shout out as always to our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members, really helping me to dedicate the time I need to keep on the channel with the live streams and the video content. A massive thanks as well to those who have donated, contributed tonight as well, in particular throughout our live stream this evening. Really, really very kind. And yeah, pushing forward to the 50,000 subscriber mark. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate the support that you guys give. I'm going to leave it then with our final replay as we come in. And yeah, already looking forward to the next one. Have a great evening, guys. See you all again very soon. Good night.
$100.